The Spin-Off Podcast Network.
This is Kiwi is back for a brand new season with more inspiring kōrero from special guests including rugby player, father and role model TJ Perenara.
My family bring me joy. Rugby brings me joy too, but it's not the same joy as my family brings me.
And global dancer and choreographer Kirsten Dodgen.
For some reason, people think I'm very intimidating.
Listen to the new season of This is Kiwi, brought to you by the Spin-Off Podcast Network in collaboration with Kiwi Bank. Available now wherever you get your podcasts.
Do you find it hard staying optimistic with all the financial news in the media? I'm Bernard Hickey, and on my podcast, When the Facts Change, I'm here to help you navigate the ever-changing landscape of economics in Aotearoa. So join the conversation every Friday on When the Facts Change, brought to you by the Spin-Off Podcast Network in partnership with Kiwi Bank.
Welcome along to the Real Pod. Oh, very exciting. We are all back on board.
Huge.
It's the old team back together. It's amazing. So my name's Jane Yee. I'm joined by Alex Casey from the Spin-Off and also Hayden Donnell from the Spin-Off.
What? No, it is I, Duncan Grieve, founder and managing editor of the Spin-Off.
Okay, so Duncan will be in a little bit later in the pod. He's busy doing important founding member.
Father documents.
Oh man, he's got to found more Spin-Off this morning.
And in the meantime, we found Hayden Donnell, host, brainchild, the genius behind Get It to Papa.
Yes.
But we'll talk about that more soon because we need to get our housework out of the way. It's what we housework.
I love housework. That's the only reason we do this podcast is just mostly housework, right?
Okay, so if you're new here, this podcast is a reality TV recap in real life in New Zealand podcast. And it is sponsored by the lovely Nando's.
Oh my God.
Nando's!
Now,
Nando's! I'm not even getting paid for this.
You're new to this pod, but what's your take on Nando's?
Well, it's got lovely chicken, but I want to go away from the chicken for a second. I'll go to the vegetarian options. It's got some lovely vegetarian options. There's a little rice thing. The rice is yellow, and it comes into this one. Oh, yeah, that's probably what it is. I love it. I love it. I love the little cheesy sticks. I eat a lot of the cheesy sticks. We get huge bags of them.
That's the cheesy
bread.
The cheesy bread.
Yeah. Whatever, you and your fancy terminology. What I'm saying is I pick them up with my hands and I shove them in my face before the others get them.
This is going very well.
Oh, it's good.
This is why when you turn up, there's no cheesy, quote-unquote, sticks left often.
Yeah, all right, because quite often the Nando's arrives before I do and the cheesy garlic pita sticks get eaten.
It's horrible. It's like vultures.
And then I cry. I
don't appreciate being described that way. Well, I'm an opportunist and I have ambitions. And you have to be quick.
Seize the day.
It's true. That's what Max Key would say. Live your life.
Christchurch Northlands, you can look forward to your own cheesy garlic pita strips.
Strips?
They're strips. They're strips more than sticks, right?
Well, it depends who's cutting your bread. Because sometimes we get it and we get the long so-called sticks. Other times you get little kind of squares, little...
circular one. I've seen circular ones.
No, you haven't.
I had that as sort of the curvy
Just
edge.
completely full
They look like a spoon. I don't know what's happened. I'm putting them in my mouth pretty fast.
Okay, Christchurch Northlands, this could be you.
I think you ate a spoon.
8th of November. Our hashtag is RealPod. We're on Facebook, facebook.com/TheRealPodPod, and we're on Instagram, The Real Pod Pod as well. On our Facebook page, you can also find our Facebook group, which is Real Pod Corner. And within that, now, you can find a spin-off, ironically. Is that the right use of ironic? I never know.
The demise.
Reality Bites really screwed me over when they tried to explain what ironic was, and I don't understand. Anyway, they've started their own spin-off group out of that called the spin-off spoilers or something.
Spoiler corner. It's a corner inside a corner, and I hate it. I don't hate it. Look, I like that our community is mobilised in such a way, but I'm kind of scared that this is how the alt-right happened.
Also, I don't like not knowing what they're saying in there, and I don't want to join because I don't like my reality TV spoiled. Do you, Hayden? Do you like, will you read spoilers?
Yes, actually, I will. I read the final of The Bachelor. I read what happened on it.
Okay.
I didn't mind. And I spoil movies as well for myself. I sometimes read the Wikipedia.
While you're watching it.
No, not while I'm watching it. Well, yeah, I don't know. I read spoilers a bit. I just can't deal with it.
No,
I
I'm
can't deal
okay.
with it.
It's okay. Can you be our mole in the Real Pod Corner spin-off?
Are you even in the Real
spoiler
Pod Corner?
thing?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think so, but I feel like you announcing this on the Real Pod, because these people seem like they're paying quite close attention to the Real Pod.
They are.
You announcing that I'm going in there as a mole, because my name is just my name on
Okay.
Facebook,
All right.
was probably a bad idea.
Okay. Fair call.
But I'm
Dummy
happy
account.
to do it.
Coming up in this podcast, so much reality TV. So much. Oh, I'm just scrolling through it. There's so much. There's exciting Max Key news.
I've got huge news for Colin's Cranny.
So-
God almighty.
And I've got
Brace
something for us
yourselves.
to real review.
Do you?
Be excited. I'm not
Oh,
going to tell you what it is yet, but
Okay.
just be excited, okay? But first of all, that's not right. Start that again. Start that again, guys. No, that's
No.
also not right. I don't know what's happening.
Is it always like this?
Take it back.
Okay, here we go. We're normally much more professional than this, Hayden, by the way. Normally very professional.
Yeah, I have listened to the podcast,
Okay.
guys. I mean, this is not really going over.
Kicking off this week's Real News, Get It to Te Papa. New television show exclusively to Lightbox. Round of applause.
Lightbox.co.nz. Sign up for your free trial today.
Two episodes are out there.
2 episodes. They're on the Waitangi dildo and the big fresh animatronic fruit and veggies.
For anyone who knows nothing about this show, can you give us a wee explanation of what it all is?
It's my televised quest to get underappreciated, unheralded Kiwi cultural treasures into our National Museum Te Papa, which is too filled with bird bones and squid corpses right now. I want it to reflect our true identity.
I don't want to give away any spoilers. But did you have any luck?
I did go to Te Papa.
Okay, good. That's excellent.
I will say that much.
That sounds-
But I mean, that's 3 weeks away. You know, I don't want to. Oh, you know,
Yeah.
you know, you've got. I'll put it in the spoiler corner, like
Okay.
the one that you guys aren't in.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, after you've talked shit about us.
yeah. I'll be like, they sucked, and then I'll be like, spoiler. I
Yeah.
go to Te Papa in
Okay.
that corner,
Right.
And you have to get in somehow or get a mole, not me. Yeah, I went to Te Papa, and I don't know, and it was just it was me trying to find these amazing things. Like some people think I'm not serious about this quest or that it's somehow ironic, but I just want to say that every artifact that I track down, I genuinely love with all my heart. Mm-hmm. So the dildo in particular, the big fresh animatronic fruit and veggies, Huntley Decker sign, Auckland's Giant Centre, Suzanne Paul.
Yeah, the
Who-
corners are going to be amping for that one, which is when? Well, that's next week? Or
Suzanne Paul's really like a high point and a low point for me in the series.
Okay.
Okay.
My encounter with Suzanne Paul was quite life changing, and the Let's Go Warriors sign, which is an iconic league sign.
Before this show, you were a passionate advocate for other Kiwiana, including Thingy's Eye, the mouse on the ridges that got
Yeah.
let loose in the kitchen,
Yeah.
which I think the bones of which
It's got to be
are
something.
in this country.
Yeah, the mouse would have been buried here. It's not taken offshore. It's
No.
not buried at sea.
No.
I mean, it was a stage mouse. The ridges-
Incinerated, though.
Oh, yeah,
that'd
it could
be
have
tricky.
been.
Yeah.
It could have been incinerated because they probably wouldn't want to leave evidence behind because that mouse was a stage mouse. It was an actor.
Yeah.
So yeah, this has been like my quest for a long time.
Okay. So you're going to carry on as well? Are there more?
I want to get a season 2 and carry on because there's we've got ideas seeping out of our eyeballs for new artifacts. I mean, there's just, I don't want to give them away, but there's a lot out there. You're right. There's a lot out there. But yeah, it started with me. It started with the dildo because I thought about the dildo. I was working at the spin-off a couple of months after the dildo, and I just had this eureka moment. You know, the dildo should be in Te Papa. And I started doing that with everything, Thingy's Eye and the Ridge Mouse, and I tried to do a story about Big Fresh, and that's when Duncan started shutting me down.
Duncan's the worst.
Can we encourage corn dogs to submit? I'll watch the show, obviously, but also if they have any ideas about what they think you should be dredging up for season 2. I mean, I've tried to pitch Colin to you. I think if you're going to have Suzanne Paul in an enclosure,
he just needs a few more years. Right? He's just a pickle.
God. Spoiler corner. I'm going to embalm Colin with a Jeffrey and get him like in that open coffin that like Lennon was displayed
Perfect. That sounds so
into
good.
Papa for season 2. I think it's good though. I mean, I haven't really liked anything that I've done, but I think this is probably a good show.
Honestly, I think all you need is a little bit of coin, get in touch with his agent, and that can be arranged, like a live embalming.
Yeah, they're like
He hires himself out for just about anything.
yeah, including a live embalming. Like he's like, I wanted to go out like King Tutankhamun. I
Yeah.
could give him a gold-plated coffin
Perfect.
with a little glass roof. Put him into Papa.
and then it will be Colin's Cranny, IRL.
Look, we probably could chat on. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Just watch the show. It's a Huntley Decker sign. So I mean, I'm going to. Maybe I'll talk about this. It's the Huntley Decker sign and Auckland's Giant Centre are the episodes that are out next Tuesday.
Yeah.
2 episodes per Tuesday for the next like 2 weeks, and then it's over. And they're only like 18 minutes, so it's not a big time commitment. But the Huntley Decker sign episode's out next Tuesday, and I made the whole town of Huntley really angry at me. So I'm actually going down to Huntley to screen the episode at the Huntley RSA with all of the Huntley community, and I'm going to do a little apology speech.
Okay, that sounds good.
So maybe just like wish me luck.
Good luck. We have to kick you out because we've been talking for how long?
What?
How long
I'm
have we been
Duncan
talking?
Feels like a million years.
Yeah, I'm really sorry about that.
20 minutes? 10 minutes? 10 minutes. Okay.
A really long time, and you've got Max.
Could have watched the whole episode in this time. Get
Colin's
it to Papa
Cranny.
on Lightbox exclusively.
And look, get your free trial and then just keep paying. Then just pay for it because that's pretty good, the old
Hell of a
live
service. Like you can get movies, you can get whatever you want,
Handmaid's Tale, Better Call Saul.
and get it to Papa.
Get it to Papa.
Thanks, Hayden.
Thank you.
Bye,
Hayden.
I'll get
Thank
the
you for
real
your
Duncan.
service. Thank you for your national service.
God of nations, at thy feet,
in the bonds of love we meet. Are you getting Duncan?
That's a nice moment.
That was beautiful. Oh God, you never sing the national anthem these days, do you?
No, well, I do sometimes. I go to assembly and I sing it. Kids assembly, and I'm really proud because I know all the words and I know all the Tereo words and I stand out and I sing
God.
really. And I'm one of those parents that gets really into it. I embarrass my
proudly.
children. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Should we just keep plowing on and Duncan will just arrive at a surprise moment?
Okay. Oh, here he is.
Here he is. Wow, this is a proper shambles pod.
And we really are back to the OG.
We lied the first time, but this is actually
Duncan
the
Grieve.
iconic trio. Duncan Grieve
It
returns.
feels good. It's good to be home.
Are you?
I'm sad you're not wearing your mustard jumper for the occasion.
Yeah. I'm probably not going to be wearing my jumper for much longer, to be honest. It's very hot in here. We're all... It's just a lot of people in a small
a
room.
lot of people in here. It's
Yeah.
great.
There's literally only one extra person in here.
Yeah, but he has given off some heat, to be honest.
He's right at home in here. Okay, so I want to talk. We're doing real news. We just spoke to Hayden about Get It to Te Papa. I'm just filling.
Oh,
Duncan
you've
in.
got your shirt on.
Oh, you've got your Te Papa shirt on. That's so cool.
Yeah, listeners, you'll be enjoying that.
Can you buy? Can you buy those?
No.
Oh, okay, never mind then. Anyway,
Absolutely not. How dare you even ask?
so the batch, Duncan.
I'm sorry.
Please
I'm
don't
not
breathe.
good. I'm
You
not
just
my best.
arrived.
I've been up since 4 a.m.
Bad vibes.
It's just okay. Look, we'll just try and carry you through this. The Bachelor had a book come out right after a season. I didn't know about that. It changes everything.
A book chiller. What was it about?
It's like the Badger Guide to Life, and it was originally called And Love and Romance or something like that. They took that out. They had to change bits of the book.
Woo.
But I was like, yeah, sure, this guy's, he doesn't need the.
Did you guys talk about the finale on last week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've talked about lots
Duncan.
of stuff that you missed.
Do you want us to
my
hold
God.
over like one of
He
the?
has so many books. The Tales of the Honey Badger, The Adventures of the Honey Badger, and The Honey Badger Guide to Life.
Okay,
That
so
kind of makes sense.
It's like Tom Harvey.
he's just trying to put. Has he got lots of books?
Tom Harvey has 3 books as well.
What?
Threesons of books.
It's like Tales of an Idiot, Tales of a Dummy, and I Love Running. I'm paraphrasing, but I think that's mostly it.
I think that might be just accurate.
Anyway, so if anyone was like out there saying, look, good guy, he didn't have any, he had a following, he didn't need to do it. He did need to do it because he had a book to sell. So
Well, I still believe.
it's just such a shame we don't have time to talk about it anymore, Duncan.
He weighs 99 kgs. Is that a weird thing to have right at the top of
Not
your...
if you're a sports person.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's hate.
I might have to adjust my Wikipedia page and put my weight on it.
This is too rude.
I don't
There's a
have
whole
a
chapter
weight.
about sex in his book.
No, thank you.
What?
Yeah. No, thank
Speaking
you.
of that,
Tina's giving it a bit of heat.
Absolutely
big head
not.
speaking of sex, I can't wait to get into our maths chat this week. So much.
Now that I've got your attention.
So much sex
There's
talk.
so much.
I had a float. Is that news? Yes, Alex, that is news.
I had a float.
What was it like?
It was amazing.
Did you
I
get
don't know what happened to
claustrophobic?
me. Nah, I loved it. I didn't want to come out.
I have
I don't know if
Really?
I was asleep. I don't know if I was awake. I don't know what happened.
But I've done a float too. I've got
Did you
some
like it?
questions. I didn't like it for like 25 minutes while my brain was just going. And then when I could chill my brain out, I loved it.
Hey, can I
Yeah.
ask why I wasn't invited? Because I would have we've talked about doing a float for real review.
But like a joint float.
Well, no. I mean,
you could actually both sit
save
in a
money.
tank. But I feel like you wouldn't get into your zone because you'd always be bumping off.
Sloshing around.
Bumping off. So,
It's very womb-like in there. It's a private place.
Twinsies.
I know, but I mean, I feel like we could have both gone at the same time and had this.
Yeah, that's true. Look, I got it for my
I'm gonna-
birthday. My mum bought it for
Oh,
me.
that's
Shout out,
nice.
mum. Big day for mums. Shout out.
Maureen's
what's her name?
mum, but-
Maureen Pugh's mum.
So have you heard the breaking news
Has
though?
Maureen Pugh's mum got involved?
Maureen. So okay, I've got a lot on this. Okay.
What's her name?
Firstly,
We're moving on from the float. Go.
Maureen Pugh is 60.
What?
So how old is Maureen's mum?
Oh, probably
you know
70,
what? I think
78.
I know. She's like in her 80s. 85, I think.
Gotta be. So
Yeah.
so that A, cool. B, she knows how to text. Cool too. I don't know what I'm doing. My numbering
Was that a
system.
text? Did she send a
She
text
sent a
to
text
the
to
AM show?
and she called him a dumbass, which is just
Oh, that's amazing.
that's a cracking insult, especially for an 85-year-old.
She called Duncan Garner in particular? Or
No,
Oh, no, sorry, Simon Bridges.
Bridges.
Right.
But here's the thing: breaking news. Well, the spin-off had a story about Maureen Pugh from 2016. She's like an anti-vaxxer, like herbalist.
Oh.
Simon Bridges was right, and Maureen Pugh's mum is wrong. Mum! Still, love her mum, and the only person to have emerged from this giant clusterfuck with any kind of improved reputation is Maureen Pugh's mum.
It's so amazing to write a letter to the AM show.
Okay.
A letter via text.
A letter, a text letter.
Yeah, who's the 85-year-old now, Alex Casey?
An electronic letter.
In brief maths news, it's not strictly recap, except for Wayne, it is a bit of a recap. Wayne recapped his trip to Holy Moly by going again.
2 times, baby.
Did you just watch this on the Instagram?
I just saw, he took Gareth. So old mate Gareth came up. They went to some sort of fundraiser ball, and then they went back to Wayne's spiritual home, Holy Moly, for a second round. And I am obsessed with it.
Or was it?
Huh?
So was it? Does Wayne get on the darts?
Wayne gets on the darts in a big way.
Do you reckon when he's darting with Yuki, they both use the
Yuki?
tweezers?
No, wrong person.
Oh, yes.
What?
No. But
I know.
I would love that.
I just feel like her smoking style is incredibly cool, and I'd like
Yeah.
to see Wayne.
No, I definitely only saw fingers when he was doing it. Sorry. It was weird. It was weird, eh?
It's going to get
I
weirder.
only saw fingers.
It's going to get weirder.
When he
Not
was
even weird.
doing it.
Okay. Alex has written in the notes that she's on the grind
I'm on the grind. I'm on
for
the
an
hustle.
RP museum donation.
The donations to the Real Pod Museum have slowed to a glacial pace. So I messaged Tom from the block.
Look, I just want to say there's a distinct relationship between the rate at which we pick up things and the rate at which we hustle for them. So if they've slowed to a glacial pace, it's usually because we have.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm trying to thaw us out and get us moving again. So I messaged Tom from the blog and I said, he left me on scene, basically. Long story short, I've tried to explain to him. We did when we went to the block. I tried to ask if we could take a table or something. Anyway, I'd really like the avocado pajama pants. Just one pair of the boys. Don't you think that's one of the defining?
I don't even remember.
Garments?
I don't remember.
I don't remember that.
Avocado
She's
pajama
just reeled
pants.
back and
My concern is those boys did not wash.
No, that's true. I also last night messaged Brad from Survivor, who just got a courier package full of all of the votes for him from the
Oh,
finale.
one vote would be great.
And I just said, Brad, you should really consider donating one of these to the Real Pod Museum.
Are you
How's
Again,
that going? Left on scene.
not even seen, just
Oh.
completely ignored.
Because you'll be in the bad folder.
I'll be in the
right?
bad. Yeah, I'm in the bad place for sure.
Best place for you.
But yeah, that's all. Anyone's got any leads? If you see something, say something.
Yeah.
That classic tagline.
I just want to show you guys this. And this, oh,
That's me.
Is that you?
It's
Okay.
always.
I don't know. Do you remember Lucy from House of Travel? The House of Travel
No.
ads? What if you see her face?
I watched these and I was very confused.
No.
You don't remember Lucy from House
I
of
just know
Travel?
the flights and the captain.
I know,
Yes.
but look, I was going to say, even
Captains.
though... Okay, this is...
Okay, for my
Can you hear that? It's paparazzi. So Lucy was a pretty girl who was the House of Travel lady for years and years, and then until she wasn't. But now she's back, and they're running like this teaser campaign. And on YouTube, they've got like 4 Lucy is back videos. Some people out there are going to know, and I know people in the corner are going to get behind me and be like, I know who Lucy is. Whoa,
Sorry, I just tried to find it and Google Flights popped up. I don't know.
that's weird. Is it Alex? Alex,
Sorry.
you're being the bad person.
Like, wiggle it.
Jiggle it, you're off mic.
Like,
Okay.
what do you want me to do? Just like put it into the mic?
It's
The cord.
professional.
Yeah. Okay.
No,
No, you're not there.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
yeah,
Not yet.
There you go.
go. Talk.
So when Jane dinged it, it's good now.
Yeah.
When I do it,
That's
it's
why-
Jane's got the magic touch.
Why you can never get rid of me. Okay, so where were we? So there's these teaser campaigns happening on YouTube where Lucy's back. They're like 3 or 4. No, they're like 7 seconds long. They've got 3 or 4 views each.
Oh my
like
God, literally.
If you
Are
watched
you
these yesterday and I watched them yesterday, we're half of the audience that's watched these.
Yeah,
things.
I watched that one twice as well because I was so confused. This is the weirdest thing ever.
It is. So
How were you there on the ground floor?
it came up. I'll tell you where it came up on the. I was watching something on demand, and it came up as an ad in between on demand. And then I hit YouTube. I was like, "Lucy's back. What's going on?"
Oh my God! So you're sucked in by it.
I'm sucked in because I'm like I remember Lucy.
I don't remember.
In fact, she used to be in a band called Growler with my old flatmate. Do you remember Growler back in the day, Duncan?
Nope.
They need to bring back Goldstein from ASD.
Oh yeah. He should just, quite frankly, go in the museum. He should be into Papa.
It's Papa.
Write it down.
Someone write it down.
Goldstein
Cornies.
or like his? I'd like Goldstein's boss more.
He's got to be dead.
Goldstein.
He's got to be
Like
dead
him.
by now.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's it for real news. There's probably more. I didn't even.
Bloody urgent edition.
That was good. That was.
It's been a very
Shit,
big
what a
week.
newsy
and that's what we had.
Lucy's back.
Look, you guys are. Don't
Jamie
mock
Lee
me.
Ross is 32.
Yeah,
Can we
let's-
talk about that?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Oh, no, we're not talking about that. I haven't even checked Spy this week.
Chalked spy.
We're not talking about that.
No, we're not talking about that. I just want to just say, in terms of Lucy, you guys. You guys in the corner, can you please have my back? You remember this?
Validate,
Well,
Jane.
Validate me. Okay, and now we're going to move on.
I have 4 weeks to decide I'm going to drop my entire blind fee.
I am disgusted at how much you have copied my husband.
This is fine. Don't even
This is the part of the podcast where we recap the week in reality TV. I'm contextualizing for people. Okay.
That was so professional.
Thank you.
I just wanted to just nip in there and say, you know the dad with the short robe and the smooth legs on Gogglebox?
Yes.
He did a fart on Gogglebox last night and it was
Did
awesome.
he just fart?
That just reminded me of it. It was quite, because they were watching news stories about the climate change report and I was like, okay, this is going to be good. We're going to get all racked up. And then they all just went, it's just because of farts, isn't it? And like, and I was like, fuck the human race.
Did
We're
Gogglebox-
like,
did
literally,
Gogglebox get
we are
good?
They deserve
doomed.
it.
We are doomed.
The animals don't. but we
Gogglebox
do.
is good now.
Really?
I'm going
That's what
to
everyone's saying.
say that.
What about those two that I don't like? They're still annoying,
They're still
aren't
no
they?
good. We won't say which two.
How do you still have time? How do you have time to watch Gogglebox? We have so many things to watch. Like my
don't do
brain is
Alex watches it all.
Oh man. Okay, let's start
She's the
with
new Jane.
let's start with Married at First Sight. There's a lot of tea chat after last week's.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about
A lot
all
of tea chat went down in the corner after last week's terrible tea that Fraser made for Monique. And man, I just feel like the Cornies have ever been as passionate about anything.
I couldn't believe
how they have their tea.
It went viral, I reckon. I mean, nearly as viral as my picture with Max Key.
It went viral in as much as
They
something
had like
could go viral.
200 reactions in a closed group with
In a
like
closed
30
group.
people in it.
It's crazy. But yeah, I decided to go straight to the source, and I rang Fraser on a Friday afternoon, wine in hand. He was also wine in hand in Wellington, and we had a good chat.
Why
Did
do
you?
we find this out now? I don't understand.
You could have read my story about it on the spinoff.co.nz.
No, I don't have time because I'm
If
watching
you were
too
a real
much
friend. It's actually
freaking television.
It's good content because there's an interview with Fraser about his terrible cup of tea, and then I also interviewed Simon Day, who made the disastrous cup of tea for the Prime Minister, keeping the bag in with the milk.
It's so bad.
She had to remove it herself.
Oh.
Fraser told me that he likes to put the tea bag in, jiggle it around, and then squeeze it with his fingers back into the tea.
Oh my God, Zoe!
Ow.
Zoe, did you hear that?
But when he made it for Monique, he used a spoon.
Monique has got to get out of there.
You
Like,
use
just
the
knowing
spoon.
that that's a thing.
For a start, if you're able to squeeze it with your fingers,
Never
then
see
you've
his
left
dick,
it too
Monique.
long. The water's got to be hot. Never see this. Hi, son.
This is a rude pod.
Okay.
I also asked him, he doesn't know what the real pod is, but I asked him if he'd come play board games with us when he's in Auckland, and he said yes.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Consent, please.
that's all good.
Well, he might
guys will be up
squeeze my
for it.
tea bags.
Can I tell you something? I wrote a blog once when I was... Get it together. I wrote a blog once about how I enjoy playing board games, and then I had a trip down to Wellington, and a whole bunch of Wellington people who read my blog invited me to play board games with them, and I did.
Was it good?
I've heard about this.
Yeah, I wonder if Fraser was there. What do you mean?
Why are you so down
Why
with
are you so
Fraser?
scared of Fraser?
Fraser's a legend.
Fraser squeezes tea bags with his fingers.
Yeah, but
Only for himself.
I also reckon
They're
anyway.
bloody hot.
My friend Zoe, which is
That's
what
why his fingernails
There's a metaphor.
are fucked up.
my friend Zoe, who I was yelling at, oh, Zoe, did you hear that? Just then when we were talking about Fraser squeezing tea, because that would have been completely weird for everyone. She is constantly threatening, if I ask her to make me a cup of tea, threatening to squeeze it with her fingers.
Wow.
Is this like a thing?
It's like a frat boy. Weird.
Well, Zoe's not a frat boy, but yeah. I'm not sure that Fraser's not a frat boy either. Wrong tea bags.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about.
Okay, I've organised everyone because it's so confusing. I've organised everyone into their couples for this week's recap.
That's
Okay, so we'll
wise.
start with Julia and Dave. Julia wants space like the entire Milky
She
Way.
has so much space. She needs to move out of the swamp.
Can we review Julia? Like, what are people's opinions of Julia?
I love her hair.
She's got lovely hair,
She's
but
got
what
lovely
about
hair.
what's underneath the hair? What about the scalp?
Julia's problematic for me because she's so upset with Dave using moisturiser.
I hate that so
Her
much.
understanding of masculinity is terrifying to me. And her overuse of the term metrosexual, which I have not heard for a good 15 years.
I'm sure that's surely that, I haven't thought about it, but it feels like a bad term, like a homophobic term or something.
Yeah.
It's like saying a guy can't care about what he looks like or groom himself or look after himself at all.
Give me the old gender stereotypes back.
Yeah.
God damn it.
It's just...
It's a weird thing to want.
But also at one point, do you need me to open those for you, buddy? Just got a tiny titties crisis over here.
Get there.
Yeah, get in there, Dunk. Yeah, so at one point it showed him packing up his toiletries, and look, it was just one of those quite humble little travel toilet bag.
Yeah, and the only thing she's ever really name-checked is moisturiser. And I'm like, call the cops.
And also,
So what if he doesn't
I'm
want dry
starting to
skin?
think maybe she doesn't do enough. If she's going on, he takes longer. She's constantly making digs.
I know.
Constantly.
That's the thing that's so irritating
Yeah.
is that it's her one crap line and she just wheels it out at every possible intersection. Just like it's a shit point. It's a shit line. Get some new fucking material.
Also, I would love it if my partner was real into skincare. Talking about skincare is one of my top 5 things to do ever.
You can watch YouTube videos
I'm
together.
left alone. Yeah.
Maybe Dave's the one.
Have an espresso martini. But yeah, well, I think what it is like clearly she's not attracted to him. She's freaking out. She hates having to say that, actually say it. So she's latched onto this
It's
weird
100%.
fake thing that just is not making her look very good.
Look, Dave's not without his issues.
You mean
Dave-
too much moisturiser?
Well, Dave's also like, he's trying to impress Julia at every turn. So I like him. I like Dave, I do. But at the point where he's jealous of Sam and goes and gets a haircut like Sam's, too far.
I love that single white male. Nikki's, when we were like talking about it as you do with your partner, about who you would be married to, and she's like, Dave, all the way, only Dave.
Really?
Big time.
Out of all
What
those
was,
guys.
what was the reasoning?
Just good. Like a normal, you know how like Yuki's normal and no one else on the show.
What about
is.
Dan?
I'd marry Dan, hands down.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would.
Imagine
too.
how much we'd laugh.
Okay, I want to apologise.
To be fair,
Yeah, it's true.
tell you what,
Can I
I would-
apologise for calling him a laughing moron? I've been feeling bad about it for a while, mainly because Nicky says it's really
I mean,
bad.
he did say he laughed through the entirety of Deep Impact, which is not a comedy film.
I would marry Yuki,
Yeah.
Yeah.
to be honest.
Yuki's
I would marry that guy with
unbelievably
white
cool.
dreads at the hairdresser, and then I would laugh every day like Dan.
That's great.
So,
Can someone in the corner, I'm looking at you in my mind's eye, Sarah, Photoshop a lovely wedding picture of Alex and white dreads man.
I'm really I feel like the pace of Married at First Sight is really weird this year. Like, I think it's
so
because there's
weird.
3 episodes a week.
And they're an hour and a half.
Yeah, and it's not, so it doesn't feel like it's dragged out over a long time. So it's nearly over. Is that correct?
I think next week is the last week.
It's such. I don't understand why it's like. I mean, I guess it's only because it's replacing shows that had the same. No, but not exactly the same format. I mean, it was the same gross amount of television, right?
Yeah,
so,
but
so
it's
4.5 hours per week was what the block was.
Yeah.
And this is now 4.5 hours a week.
It's still
just compressed.
It seems very strange. Like, it just doesn't quite work for me personally.
Yeah, I'm like
You're
enjoying
out.
it like 60% less than season 1.
As someone pointed out in the corner as well, there's like really weird continuity editing stuff. Like you can hear Taylor 1 minute being like, yeah, honeymoon was just a week ago. And then the experts are saying, you're at your 2-week commitment ceremony. And then Fraser and Monique are saying, we've been together
but
for...
the honeymoon was a week, and then if the honeymoon was a week ago, then it's their 2-week recommitment. That makes sense. That's maths, right?
Well, was the honeymoon the honeymoon
maths.
wasn't a
I
week,
think they
was
were.
it?
I think they had a night.
They
or
filmed
two.
for 4 weeks.
I just had a joke
I
that
don't
only
know.
Tina got.
What did you say?
You said that's maths, and I said no, it's maths. It was a great joke.
Give a minute to that. Let's give that a
Tina
moment
got
to
it.
breathe.
Tina got that high grade shit.
Anyway, Dave's issue for me is apart from being maybe not the best drummer. Like I don't know his drum skills. I'm no drummer.
No, he's a bad drummer. Like,
Okay.
he's a ferociously bad drummer.
Okay, but then they go along the waterfront. They had that really awkward talk about other people having sex, and he basically is like pressuring her to try sex to see if it might make her like him more or something. Is that?
Yeah, it freaked me out. It was
yeah.
very like high school. Like everyone else is doing it.
Yeah. And then she was like, I don't think they
You're
are.
a
And he's like,
44-year-old
well,
man. Like,
actually, they are doing stuff. They are. So
well, what I'm really loving though, I feel like this season more than last, there's so much mention of why didn't you say this before the cameras were on, or the cameras are rolling, or I don't know. I feel like they're a lot more conscious of the fact that they're being filmed all the time.
well, Ottie was when she had her little.
That was amazing.
Okay, we can probably move on to. Should we just move on to
Shut
those
you up.
guys? Actually, I think we should save them.
Dave looked really cool in his Sky Tower jumping outfit. That's
Oh
my
yeah,
final
he
note.
did. He did. Superman. He said Superman, and she was like, "Or a clown." Like any opportunity,
She's horrible.
any opportunity to stick the knife in, and she's there. Sam and Taylor. So, oh god, this is painful. It's just
It's confusing as well. The editing around these guys is confusing
Yeah.
to me.
yeah.
Oh, I don't even know where to start.
Okay, so-
Sam Levi, the Beast, came out this week.
Yeah, so it started off because, of course, there's been so much of it as well.
Yeah.
They were having a wander, and then Sam walked off to meet up with some friends or something.
Sam was mad because Taylor couldn't tell him what he normally has for dinner. Which, like, if someone asked me, I'd freak out too.
Oh, it's so panic.
Okay, can
It's
I
also
just
like,
say,
who cares?
in Sam's defence, this is the only time we're going to say this. In Sam's defence, I had two nieces stay with me once, and one of them is very forthright, and she tells you what she wants, and the other one is a people pleaser, which is what I think Taylor is, and like, so we did one day of what one niece wanted, one day of what the other niece wanted. And when it got to the day with the niece who is a people pleaser, she was just like, whatever you guys want to do. I don't know, where should we eat? Oh, whatever you guys want. And it drove me freaking nuts. Like, I just wanted her to say, I want pizza and let's go bowling. Like it did. It drove me nuts.
Well, Taylor was going to take Sam bowling.
He was. It was going to be a surprise, wasn't it?
No.
Oh, but now we know that that Taylor's really good at bowling.
He lives to bowl.
So he probably was going to show off to Sam, and Sam was going to be really impressed.
Sam would have loved it. Or it would have been like cringe.
Yeah, Sam and Julie are definitely reading the same book.
Yeah.
The same recipe book. In terms of just like get out the knife and chuck it in.
I loved watching Sam watch Taylor's flatmate.
Oh.
And by the way, very strong. His abs were very...
Yeah, they were
was crazy.
ridiculous.
They were
But I don't
chiseled.
think that's attractive. I think that's terrifying.
It was scary. I feel like I'm really scared of it, like those people that have those huge protein tankards on their kitchen
next
benches.
to their penis pasta.
Yeah. That was good though. That was a bit of light relief, wasn't it?
It really was.
In a cold dark
I was
world.
worried that they'd missed it somehow. I was like, that's penis pasta. I can read.
Yeah.
And I was like, are they not going to pick this up?
And again, in Sam's defence, when Taylor said, what, you only see penis pasta in this pantry? It's like, well, I think we all only saw the penis pasta. Like, there really isn't a lot in there, and it is the biggest thing, and it has the word penis written on it, and it's got a picture of penis on it.
And now you know what he has for dinner.
Delicious.
Perfect crime.
And you can understand, in Taylor's defence, why he was reticent about revealing his eating choices.
What happens when you get home from work? Well, I get out the penis pasta.
Every night.
Now,
Bowl of dicks.
among the many tense points in Sam and Taylor's relationship is that Taylor goes off to talk to Julia about Sam, and Sam gets pissed off about this because he wants to talk to Julia about Taylor. And he's all like,
That
she's
was
my
such
friend.
bullshit.
Such bullshit.
Don't talk to anyone on the show. Talk to your friends and family. I reserve the right to talk to everyone and basically just smash you all day on camera, but you must never breathe a word of it.
Well, they're going to Surrender date to Cable Bay for a lovely meal. Looks really, really nice. Sam's just annoyed constantly that Taylor's not doing an Ask Me Anything with him. Like, he just keeps going, if you're not just... and Taylor's like, I just go with the flow. It's fine. I'll get to know you as we go. But Sam just wants to fucking talk about himself.
Yeah. Sam's a narcissist.
He's got he's got some things he wants to say, and he wants Taylor to ask him.
We all want to talk about ourselves, but you can't be so, sort of transparent about it.
Yeah.
You have to sort of trick people into doing it. Come on, Sam. Play the game.
And then there was the prep conversation.
Yes.
Which someone on the spin-off, I didn't catch who it was, but someone wrote a good piece about it.
Dejan.
So, what thoughts?
Well, I think, editing and production, blah, blah, blah. But I think the focus of that was sort of Sam's... I'm going to need some time to process that over my smooth peanut butter toast. Which, by the way, bad peanut butter.
I still have issues with Sam being surprised when wanting Taylor to go deeper, and then when Taylor does, he gets like, whoa, don't ask. When I say go deeper, I mean you ask me questions.
Yeah.
And and also that they're married. Like these are these are good conversations to have. They're good things to know. I don't know, right?
Yeah. There's also something in Taylor's opening up is always seemingly like a medical bombshell. He's like,
I just think that Taylor he just doesn't really understand any of it.
He doesn't know what Sam wants. Yeah, exactly. That's why he's... No, you go.
He's sort of super tight around him, so because he doesn't know what Sam wants, and because his only experience of trying to open up anything with him is of getting destroyed, and it's just that's kind of a cycle doesn't tend to end well. No.
Going back to the chiseled flatmate, so I don't know if Sam's got eyes, but Taylor is, no offence to chiseled flatmate, but Taylor is a very, very, very good looking man.
He's so attractive.
Like,
when he pushed his hair back for the commitment ceremony.
Just even when he didn't.
But also, I feel like I haven't seen him like pulling up his shirt to show off his things, but he looks like he's pretty well assembled underneath there. Certainly more than Sam.
He was very nimble across the tree rope situation.
Adrenaline forest.
That was a great edit. And when he came down the flying fox and they had the slow motion and like the soft focus, like the depth of field, and then Sam comes down and he's like just bashes into into the pad at the end.
Yeah, that's an editor who knows things.
That's awesome. And he made that great wrecking ball joke.
Oh, and I mean, Sam, everything. He's just, Sam is the Julia of Sam and Taylor-ness.
In general, like, when you're of a mind, when you don't like someone in a relationship,
Everything
every single possible thing, and it's a form of madness that you just, like, things that you would find impossibly attractive in someone else are just the worst thing you've ever seen. And like it is a very sort of, you're right, it's a super high school thing, like it's an emotional maturity thing, but watching Sam and Julia just constantly just picking and soaring at the poor people they're matched with, it's sort of the worst of maths is when it manifests that way.
I think Sam's also like blatantly trying to push Taylor, like he's trying to push him into having a reaction because he just wants to see some fire in him.
Well, is it that, or is it that Sam doesn't want to be with Taylor, but he doesn't want to break up with Taylor because he wants to be the good person and he wants to engineer a fight so that he can plausibly...
No, I don't think so. I think he legitimately, like he says it. He's like, I don't know how many times more I can say this. I'm trying. I'm basically telling you. I'm trying to tell you to like man up or some horrible term like that. But I genuinely think he is. But I don't think, and he's like, it's too late now. And I think that's also true. And I don't think it's a good tactic or anything like that, but that's what I think is happening.
Even after the forest, though? Because this is where I got confused then. Because when they went down to Christchurch... I mean, also at Cable Bay, Taylor was like, this is 9.4 out of 10. I was like, are you sure? Are you sure about that? And then in Christchurch, they were seemingly both like, this is great. It's so confusing.
I don't know, but it was in Christchurch at the high wires that Sam was saying that he's trying to push him and that that's when he was like...
But then I think when Taylor successfully... did the high wire.
No, he said it was going to take a lot more than that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, there's always a bit.
There's always a bit. Yeah.
But there was also this when Taylor was chatting to the camera and then that film goes into it and he was like, oh, you've just ruined that now. And then he looks at the camera and he's like, that's the real Taylor coming out. It's like, oh.
I don't believe that.
Well, also that wasn't that brutal.
Yeah.
We have to go on. We have to move on.
Okay, Wayne and Ksenia. Doomed.
Okay, next.
She loves the playground. Doesn't like driving. I mean, was it an open road? I feel like that was a really big call to take someone who's like an angry person who's never driven before. They've like onto the open road.
She had a couple lessons.
Jeepers creepers.
And in a big van. I don't know if a big van is that the way to go.
There was a minivan. Yeah, odd option. Was that just the production car? Who knows?
Don't know. But I thought it was a very thoughtful idea for a date. You know? Because when you go through something like that together...
Yeah, it didn't work though, did it?
No, it didn't work.
It's very stressful.
It didn't work.
When my dad was trying to teach me to do anything, I was like, I just want to be in a different family.
I think sitting next to Ksenia is stressful. Like, I think she brings out the stress. And he obviously does in her too, right?
I loved what you wrote about her and your power rankings, Alex, when... about her basically being a 5-year-old, like, can't drive, points at frogs, that's you, and just reel into the playground.
Loves the playground, loves feeding the ducks.
Loves feeding the ducks. It's like, it is.
It's all coming together.
It's quite a lot.
It's like a reverse orphan.
Fraser and Monique. Breakfast by Fraser is delicious, by the way.
Oh, so good.
I want that.
I could go one of those.
Little hash bites. It's not often you see a hash bite in a...
He did this massive burp at the table while she was getting up and clearing the dishes, and no one made any mention of it. And I just
didn't
thought,
catch that.
Yeah, no, I rewound it.
Okay,
it was definitely a burp.
Okay,
and she said nothing, and I just thought that's like relaxing into themselves right there.
They're farting, right? They're farting.
They don't even. Yeah, they're sharing a bed. His bedroom though.
Oh my god!
I didn't realize it was way worse than I ever possibly imagined.
Is that a mini mattress?
It's like a
little single.
It's like a 3/4 mattress on the floor.
It's a single. But it's also 3/4 length.
And it was on the floor, and it had a kimono type.
That was the scariest part for me. I could almost get past the no proper bed, but to lay out a kimono.
What was it for?
Like the outline of a dead body,
lying on his bed.
And you know that robe is short. It's like Job short.
Wondering if maybe his flatmates were stitched him up, or if he's just trying to cover up some stains or something.
Oh, no. Oh, Neil.
I don't know. I can't explain it either. Novelty ties. Oh, the works. And Monique is doing so well to hold it together.
Shit, yeah.
Amongst all of that.
How does Fraser have such seemingly normal friends?
Very normal.
Like have you seen his dick? Question of the year, if not the century.
Now we're not. Okay, so that exact meeting was the one that one of our corn dogs, snapped pictures of.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Cat Fitzwater. I will never forget you ever again after you dragged me over the coals about that. But anyway, she took photos of that and she was like, they seem to be getting on great and having a lovely time. Because they're having lols about dicks. She didn't even realise what she was capturing.
That's amazing. History.
Incredible.
Monique's not attracted to Fraser.
No. Never going to be.
I know. And he says, I'm not attracted to you either, but he's lying.
That's a mistruth.
Yeah.
Because Monique is very attractive and cool and normal, and you're Fraser.
But anyway, I love Fraser though. I definitely have a soft spot for Fraser.
Me too. I think it's going to work.
I think it may well work because I think if you can get this far and they're sharing a bed, and they had dick chat. I mean, you know, they had like a pretty relaxed conversation.
You can imagine them giving it a hone.
Oh, I definitely reckon that they could have a chat about it and then just give it a try.
And he's shared on his Instagram, I think, last night or the night before, that he has got a proper beard now.
Oh, good.
Clean and everything. Oh. But it's got one of those weird, I mean, I can hardly talk because we've still got one of these, but those like mink warehouse $10 kind of blue blankets on it.
Is it a queen size beard?
It looks clean to me. Yeah.
Maybe he's got a lady friend who frequents. Gareth and Oddie, I really dislike the pair of these.
There are moments when I love them. Like
No, I don't anymore.
They're incredibly disruptive to the television process that they refuse to say anything.
I liked that.
No,
I felt like
don't go on the telly show. Don't go on the telly show.
Oddie is just damaged, eh?
Her deflection during that commitment ceremony where she kept being like, they're like, do you see future? And she's like, yeah, what day is it? I might be dead tomorrow.
Oh, that was madness.
She's such a rocker.
Wow. Yeah.
To be honest, if you're smashing Baileys for breakfast every day, it doesn't lengthen your life.
And a bowl of coffee? Do you recall that?
Yeah, they ran out of mugs, so coffee in a bowl. Just like it gets to a point where it's not that's not charming or endearing anymore.
So defensive about their relationship and that commitment ceremony that it actually, it just drove me nuts because I don't think that, and the experts were obviously annoyed. I mean, it was kind of good television in that you saw the experts squirming a bit and also just getting aggro and not just being nicey because they were the experts were clearly annoyed that they weren't getting anything out of these guys and I just think if you're signing up for a show where you know you have to go into commitment ceremonies and talk to they're going to obviously ask questions about how the relationship's going. And I don't know, I think about the poor souls who would have loved to have been on the show.
But also...
and opened up their hearts.
You can make the case that the only thing that you have to do on that show is really give it a crack. And if you don't want to participate in the expert side of things, but you find love on the camera, then that's okay.
No.
But we haven't seen them giving it a crack.
Just do that. Just do that in your own time. If you're going to be on the telly show where part of that is a commitment ceremony, then be part of the commitment ceremony.
I don't necessarily agree with that. But I do think that given that Oddie has such an intense sort of, you know, the idea of being with anyone who might possibly one day express an interest in like having a child, whether or not they carry through with it, is like a deal breaker. And then you match it with someone who hasn't basically already had a vasectomy, then it's just never going to work. She's so... I've almost never seen someone who's so virulently against the idea. Yeah,
and she knows it's not going to work. And I think she has some feelings for Gareth, but she knows it's not going to work because he's 26 and he's saying, it's fine. And then he thinks that he can maybe change her mind, I think.
I know.
Maybe some sort of compromise. What's that, a dog?
It's really sad. Because I do think that she likes Gareth, and I do think Gareth likes her, and I don't think the issue is unresolvable, but they need a lot of intense expert therapy, which they're absolutely completely unwilling to participate
in. She did say perhaps that's something that they can help us with. The experts can help us with that particular.
Because her fear of heartbreak like you got that anyway. You know, any relationship that's out there.
Have we really seen them giving it a go though? Like weren't even the first 2 episodes this week. I don't even think they were in it. I mean, that's the strange thing.
Yeah.
There's not even any like B-roll of them
Did
like
they do
lounging
surrender
around.
dates?
I reckon maybe there's a backstory there. They might have just taken off or something.
Yeah.
I think they're just doing that same Bonnie and Clyde routine constantly. The camera's on, they're like, I'm not going to talk to you.
Yeah.
And they're just silent.
The dinner with Oddie's friends was tense.
Oh.
I don't know what happened, but he just suddenly, I don't know, that was so weird. So one of the friends was like, you know, what's important to you in a relationship? And he says honesty. And they're like, what about loyalty? And then he was like, not so much.
He's like, I'm to buy a dog for some loyalty. It was like a weird joke. There was nothing.
Yeah.
Only offended everybody.
I don't know if he thought that loyalty was the wrong answer. And so he just was like, no, not that.
But also, what an inane question. Is loyal, like, what?
Super inane question, but also his answer didn't seem to like reach the threshold for that reaction.
Yeah. It was, he was going into a heated environment already though, right? They seemed pretty fed up with just the whole situation. Those friends
there's
were just
definitely
like,
a bunch of stuff we didn't see, but then he wandered off to the toilet or something, and they said they started talking to her. She was like, I'm mic'd and the cameras are still rolling.
That was, I love that moment.
Yeah.
But it just goes to show, like, she'll constantly be thinking about all of that, which is why we have nothing on them.
Dan and Yuki, they are great and in love. The end. That's it. It's over. Brett and Angel 2.0.
You don't agree?
I think Yuki's going to wake up one day and be like, oh.
No. Something good has to come out of the show.
He's so sweet. She's the
he
cutest.
Can fix the lights in the salon.
That's so cute. He's cute. She's cute. The dog. Oh, we could give or take the dog, but she's too into the dog. She carries it everywhere. I mean, I'm a dog person, but come on. Put the dog
I would
down.
carry a dog.
I mean, don't put the dog down. I mean, put the dog on the floor.
I constantly try and carry the cats. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
But they don't pee on me a little bit like Yuki does. Actually, no, they do. Hold on.
We didn't talk about Sam being awful about the woman. We didn't be when they separated them, and he was like a lady for a day.
How weird was it when he was sitting on the couch like a teacher, and they were all sitting on the mat around the cheese plate? That was the weirdest dynamic ever. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, Sam had this big lash out on his Instagram about the editing from that episode in particular, saying he'd been stitched up. But I think even if you take each of those bits in isolation, I'm sure they did kind of Frankensteining and time shifting because that's how you make television. But they're still bad in isolation.
Totally.
Saying all the women are dull and you're like bored, and it's just like.
What did you think the editors were going to go, oh, that doesn't quite represent the totality of Sam's feelings. Out it goes. Yeah. Fuck Sam.
That's it. Looking forward to next week. I don't know. Alex has got some power rankings up on the site.
They're the reason that you watch.
Just spinoff.co.nz.
Or even if you don't watch, you should read them. They're just crack up as.
Right, Project Runway this week. None of us watched it.
Shit, I don't watch it.
Okay. So, like literally none of us.
None of us watched it. We organised that.
Sorry, everyone. We're going to catch up. Okay. I'm much more excited about Project Runway. I watched all of MAFSNZ in one day, and it was a lot.
I know. It's very palatable, Project Runway. But we did find after last, it's not that much to talk about.
Right.
But that's cool. We can still
we'll catch
do
up.
brief
We'll
chats.
do better. That's good. Okay.
Kiwi Bake Off, on the other hand.
Oh my God, I love it. Have you watched it?
Oh my God, it's so good. It's so good.
It is so good. I'm so glad. Okay, also, when MAFS finishes, TVNZ is going to rule reality. They're going to have 3 massive reality shows on at the same time.
Runway, MKR, and
next
Bake
week, I think. MKR, Bake Off, and
so they're
Project
doing
Runway.
it in a month.
Yeah.
Weird.
Anyway. So Bake Off, great hosts. I really like. I think they're doing a really good job.
Hayley Sproul in particular, I think shone in that first episode. She's so funny.
Got a lot of ad-lib stuff that they have to do, and they're just completely pulling it off. And did you watch the extra slice?
Yeah, I loved it.
I loved it. Chris Parker, amazing. Like, I'm definitely watching all of those. I never watched the little extra bits, except for maybe the occasional Survivor filler thing. But And the set. It's like a proper TV. Like, I'm really, really impressed.
It looks amazing.
Because our last baking show was New Zealand's Hottest Home Baker, which is a great show. Honestly.
But it looked like it was filmed in someone's lounge. Like, it was so badly lit.
Well, no, it was filmed in the Nestle building or whatever. But it was also, it was badly lit and so hot.
Spin-off TV segment.
all of the food was constantly melting. Like people were just dripping sweat into their cupcakes, and icing was just going. Yeah,
Fraser would like that.
but CMJ. So
Yeah.
I love the female judge,
Fleischl.
Sue
Fleischl and Rob Schneider. No, what's his name? Something like that.
No, Brett.
It's definitely Schneider.
Brett.
Schneebly? Ned Schneebly? Oh my God. Ned Schneebly's on Survivor. Someone out there knows that, and someone's watching, and I want to talk about it, but not today. Fleischl Schneider.
Fleischl
is the
Schneider
official
name
hashtag.
of them together. Oh God, his name. Yeah, it's just
not
escapes
Why am
me
I
now.
googling Rob Schneider? Anyway, yeah,
I
they're both
actually,
really good. Sue Fleischl came.
I watched a Netflix movie with Rob Schneider in it recently.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
Well, you weren't watching all the reality shows. Which
I just
one
wanted to
was
see
it?
what he's up to. It's like his dad. Oh, no, it was David Spade. But I think Rob Schneider's in it too. Anyway, I'll come back to you on that.
Great,
Okay.
yeah.
Brett Schneider. Isn't it Brett?
Dean
Brett Schneider.
Brett Schneider.
It's not Brett Dean Schneider. Dean Brett Schneider. He's a little bit of a wet fish, but
He's all right.
I mean,
But he
he's
seems
fine.
like an authority. Sue Fleischl came in here and judged spin-off cakes last week.
Yeah.
And Mark Kelleher, unrelated, I think, maybe to the Kelleher estate in which they film it, unless he is.
Oh, there you go.
Inside job. He won the competition.
The
She's
Cornies,
amazing.
The Cornies are wanting to bake for us, and I'm go for it.
Very
Cornies.
keen. I'm
Get 'em
so
on stage.
hungry.
Yeah, Tina's nodding. It's going to be good.
And I reckon I could have done a cake better than a couple of those birthday cakes.
You've made some
Yeah.
good kids'
I
cakes.
have.
You're a crazy
To be
baker,
fair, they've
though.
taken me like 3 days to make, so I probably couldn't do it in half an afternoon. But still, okay. So
I love Jeff. Can we talk about Jeff yet?
Oh,
Okay, Jeff. Do we have a picture of Jeff's eyes on the spin-off?
No,
if
because
we
they
don't, we need to shut the spin-off down.
They'll break all the computers.
There's a contestant called Jeff who wears a waistcoat.
You'll know him from his slime cake.
Jeff is on Nailed It, and everyone else is on Kiwi Bake Off. And I love him so much.
Okay, his cupcakes were good, but his kids' cake was terrible. First of all, he decided that for a kids' cake, he was going to make a pistachio and mandarin flavored cake. It's not.
Is that what kids like?
No. No.
I feel like a fancy Ponsonby kid would like it.
Yeah.
I definitely think it's weird that Jenny went home.
Should it be
off
cool
her
if there was a
igloo.
show about Ponsonby kids?
Oh,
The
well.
real kids at Ponsonby.
Yeah.
Jenny going home off the back of the igloo was like seemed unfair.
I thought that igloo cake was absolutely charming.
Yeah, it was
and beautifully
charming.
executed.
It looked great. It looked like it was out of a Woman's Weekly book. But they sent her home because she used too many like bought items like marshmallows and lollies. But whatever.
There's a lot of fun though. Yeah, they don't look that blue here. Someone will have a proper shot. He looks like a White Walker. Like his eyes
It's
are glowing.
crazy. I think they've really amped up the saturation in the grade though as well because everything's very bright.
Everything's
like,
very bright.
very intense. The dead mermaid cake, the mermaid jumping through the cake, but then she's like listlessly hanging over the
Looks
side of the cake.
Horrible, like a nightmare. It was so good. And your guy Clayton,
Yeah.
he's a star.
He's just with little bow ties.
His little bow tie
And
and
he
his
did the-
crazy dinosaur slide cake.
Yeah, I look. I feel like he could have done a better job on that. To be honest, that was a little bit like, come on, you're in a competition here, baking competition. It just looked a bit shonky. No offense, Clayton. Love you. Had some laughs at uni.
Has he got in touch yet? Does he?
Oh yes. Okay. Well, this is awkward.
Oh, okay, no, don't, oh.
No, it's just like really.
Give him
like,
a call.
No, so I added him on Instagram, and then he was promoting the show, and I was all like, I can't wait, Clayton, this is so exciting, yada yada yada, and oh god, where is it? And then I get a reply on that.
This is long.
And it's long. I'm so sorry. I apologise.
Well, we have to pull through now. I need to know what it is.
Just make some. Where is it?
This is the only thing I'm thinking about right now. I can't possibly fill this silence.
Fill the silence.
I think we
I have
should
to go.
You have to go.
I do. I'm so sorry.
Well, basically, he was just like, "Oh, great. I hope you enjoy it," kind of thing. And I was like, "What? Can't we be? I was like, can we be friends again now? Is this what's happening?"
Was he like talking to you as if you're some crazed fan?
Well, no, I don't. Yeah, maybe.
No, he really knows you.
Yeah.
Oh man, it just I felt like there was no follow back. Basically,
Yeah.
is what just
That's
was
sad.
sad about that.
That's devastating. But now we'll tag him in this and maybe
don't
he
know.
can submit a bow tie to the museum. Could we get Jeff's eyes?
Annabelle is 12 years old and she's the star baker and
She
she's
is
won the
so
competition.
good. That bumblebee.
I do have to go.
Duncan's going to leave.
I'm so sorry. I know this is the old me. I've got to finish these applications.
okay.
Do you really want to...
I'm gonna.
You're about to
Leave
miss an amazing.
Colin's Cranny. Colin's Cranny. Colin's Cranny. Cranny.
Colin's Cranny. Thank God you're still here, Duncan, because we have been handed an incredible opportunity, which has come through none other than the king himself, Colin Mathura-Jeffrey. This was a DM sent to the Spin-Off's Instagram account via Lovely Smiles NZ.
Oh.
Your ears are burning, and so are mine. Hi, guys. My name is JJ, and my school friend Colin Mathura-Jeffrey passed on your details to me and suggested I contacted you. I was wondering if you guys would like to come in for a lovely
Yes,
smiles.
I was just looking at them on Instagram
A lovely
yesterday.
smiles experience. No cost to you guys, of course. Let me know if you're interested.
He does art, he does all the people, all the bachelorettes.
What is it? What is it?
It's
I want white teeth. I've been thinking about it for ages.
So I think we can
My
all
teeth
go.
aren't white.
But who orchestrated this beautiful opportunity? Been CMJ, who is always looking out for us in our bad yellow teeth. I'm so happy.
That's crazy.
I know.
So am I going to have a white teeth?
You can have our white teeth. Just one.
This is going to be the best Real Pod excursion since the escape
This
room.
is crazy.
This is crazy.
I can't wait.
And we'll get to be on the Instagram with all the other celebrities.
Book it in.
Oh no.
What?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Real Pod Corner people, cornucopia. Well, I've seen the photo of me with noted corn dog Stuart Salmon Lund standing next to like a pillar. And I'm worried that that's just what my face looks like.
It is.
I know. But
I thought you looked happy.
I look like I'm trying to hold in a poo.
Okay, that's great. I'm so excited. I can't keep. I'm this excited.
Keeping up with the Hawkesby Hoskingses.
That's me.
Isn't that
No one can
crazy?
believe it.
No
did
one can
that?
believe. Jane.
I did it.
What?
I spent an evening making
That's
a sting.
Jane's sting and voice.
Thank you very much. And I'm also disappointed you didn't listen to the podcast.
I know. Caught ya.
Because I was behind.
Okay.
I don't want to have spoilers.
No.
I'm going to listen to it this
Okay.
weekend.
No, that's no point.
Also, to be honest,
I don't
I'm getting a lot
reckon
of
you don't
feedback.
want to hear how good JT is on the
that's,
podcast.
that's what Nick is
Now
saying.
you
It's
know
like,
how
I don't
I
want you to
feel.
go on the pod
No.
because JT's better than you. I'm like,
I mean, I wouldn't say that.
Thanks
Man,
for the
JJ's
feedback.
head right now is just swelling.
That's like hearing that from your fucking wife.
That's
Bloody
harsh.
harsh.
Anyway, off you go, Duncan. See ya.
Goodbye.
So Kate's slowly making her way back onto the gram doing stories, and she posted an email that she received from a listener after she called, let me get this right, Meghan Markle. She called her Meghan Markle, and a listener said, "Hi Kate, if you must talk about the royals, please get the detail right. It's Meg, not Meg. A simple Google search for their wedding vows will confirm this. If it would be appreciated, it'd be a courtesy to her if you get it right for when she is in New Zealand." And she's like, "Pretty sure she won't be listening, Linda, but cheers."
I always thought it was Megan.
Look, I came out of this. The only thing I really took from all this was that, it's Megan. That was really all I took from it. Megan. I know a girl called Megan.
Megan.
I called her Megan.
I'm going to say Megan.
No, that's not even a word.
Yeah, it is.
That's not her name.
I know one of my friends' mum always said vegan instead of vegan. It's just that same sort of accent.
My mother-in-law says antipods.
You know what I said? Yosemite.
Oh,
For long.
Who didn't though? We all
Who
said
didn't?
Yosemite because we're like Marmite and Vegemite, Yosemite.
Exactly. Yosemite.
The third of the
Insane.
delicious yeast extract spreads.
Good on you. It's good to have Kate back, but
Okay, this is an inappropriate sting.
It's the community notice board.
what's
It's not.
inappropriate about that?
Well, because that's where we read funny things from community notice boards on Facebook and stuff, but instead it's got the corn dog of the week is Stuart Salmon Lund.
Yeah, I just wanted to put that in somewhere in case we forgot.
Yeah, so there we go. There's a sting for it.
It's the Real Pod community notice
Yeah,
board.
it's like when you go to Countdown and on their little notice board there's just a thing and it's not offering a service or looking for a flat or anything. It's just like Stuart's
Picture
the
of
bomb.
Stuart.
Trainee of the week.
It was a wonderful carnival atmosphere having Stuart up here.
Why was he here?
Oh, we had a coffee, just chat about work and stuff,
Right,
and life,
okay,
and
okay.
have a catch up. And then I gave him a grand tour of these amazing, incredible offices. I took a lot of photos of him. made him feel quite uncomfortable.
I've
Probably.
seen Stuart out in the wild a couple of times. He's definitely he's going for top corny.
He's out there.
Yeah, going for top
I've
dog.
told him that we can get him a spin-off mug if he can get Mike Hosking to say something about the Real Pod.
Oh, okay. Good-o. Let's see if that eventuates. Mike Hosking kind of quiet at the moment as well, which is weird. There's so much news about Simon Bridges.
Yeah, is he not going off about Simon Bridges? I don't go out of my way. Now that he's not talking about our TV show, I'm not interested.
No, but tell you what, we've got one last segment, and
the
it's a biggie.
segment.
It's the segment.
Like and subscribe.
Max Key Corner. I know. I'll never forget you.
Like and subscribe.
Look, there's a lot going on in Max Key's corner at the moment. For a start, he's got a new single. What's it called?
It's called Live My Life, feat Danelle.
I feel
not Hayden Danelle.
Should I just play it?
I think we need to play the opening monologue.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, it is the most incredible thing I think I've heard this year.
Okay, look. Yeah, there is a word that's used out. Sorry, that's an ad. I'll just get through that. I can skip it in 2
I've also
seconds.
transcribed this. I'll put a full transcript onto the Real Pod Corner as soon as we finish recording this podcast.
Okay, here we go.
This is a long ad. Skip it.
Skipping the ad. Sorry. Here we go. The Matrix.
A couple of months ago, I broke up with my girlfriend.
There's a digital eye.
Unfortunately, relationships in the real world are not always the rainbows and butterflies we've come to know and love from Hollywood films.
No.
In part, this is due to the demise of social media, giving us unrealistic expectations and benchmarks of how to be the perfect couple. I've come to realize over time that the biggest lessons and greatest growth often come about from our greatest failures and times of most sadness.
It's not
It's funny
untrue.
looking back in hindsight and realizing what these things teach us, and how the trials and tribulations of life shape us into the people we are today. In saying this, instead of sitting at home dwelling on what could have been, I decided, as cliche as it sounds, to grab the bull by the horns and go have the adventure of a lifetime. I booked a one-way ticket to Europe and decided to quite simply live my life. Life is sweet.
That would have been a good place to start the
and
song.
It's far
by the
too
way.
easy to forget how important it is to simply smile and have fun. The song is a dedication to everyone who has had an impact on my life, both past and present, and to all of you I will hopefully cross paths with one day in the future. Max.
Tina just said this is embarrassing me from the desk.
I feel like that song's kind of dedicated to us. We've had some impact, surely, on him. Surely, in some small
At
way.
Holy Moly, I had an impact on Max. I made him walk away from me.
First of all, let's talk about the demise in the room.
Social media is on the demise.
Oh
no, I'm sad. It's so earnest.
It's very earnest. Good on him.
Good on him.
Good on him. No, I don't know.
It's hard putting your work out there.
It is, but get someone to proofread your monologue.
Max K, there is a whole room full of writers at the spin-off who would sub any of your dramatic monologues for free.
And demise doesn't mean what you think it means.
It really doesn't. We could have easily fixed that and maybe just taken out some of the, a lot of cliches in there. Just because you acknowledge that something's a cliche doesn't mean you still have to use 5 cliches.
But good on you, getting your one-way ticket for that lifetime experience going to Europe and the one
Standing on a yacht in Croatia, really.
and then coming back 3 weeks later. I mean, it's not necessarily technically untrue that he had a one-way ticket because he very well may have had a one-way ticket and then got over there and then bought his return ticket back. But generally when people use the term one-way ticket, they mean like they've got no plans, to come back for a long time probably.
It's not like he's trekking around the Himalayas.
No, he went to Yacht Week in Croatia.
He just went and sat on like an inflatable swan. You can do that here.
You can do that in your own bloody pool, mate.
Yeah, true. Good on him. I actually think the song is like legit a tune. Should we play? Can we play a little bit of it?
Is there like issues with APRA and that if we do that? Maybe
news and reporting.
I don't know.
Is that the law?
I don't know. I'm just gonna. I'll just go here.
We're making memories that will never end.
Hang on, is that not just our sting? Yeah. You did a really good job of that sting, eh?
I'm a party and pushing through the night. Only one life to live, so do it right.
Disappointingly, not that much footage of Max in this video.
No, he's
because
behind
you
the
know
camera.
why? He's behind the camera, just living his life, putting it with a smile on his face and having a laugh.
And he's not looking at social media. That's
no,
for damn sure.
No, well, it's demised. It's gone.
It's demoused.
And that is the end of our podcast. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you to Nando's. We're going to go and eat some now.
Yeah.
Like at an actual Nando's restaurant.
So excited.
Having a meeting.
We'll report back on whether the cheesy bread is in strips, in circles, or in quarters.
No, we won't.
Yeah, we will.
Okay. Thanks, Tina. Thanks, Duncan. Thanks, Hayden.
Thanks, Duncan.
Thanks, you guys,
Hayden.
for listening. Like and subscribe. Do a dab. Please like and subscribe, especially subscribe and review us on iTunes. Thank you. Goodbye.
And watch Te Papa on Lightbox. Bye.
Kia ora, this is Toby Manhire, here to urge you to tune in to Gone by Lunchtime, a podcast with me, Annabelle Lee Mather and Ben Thomas, tackling the world of New Zealand politics, from policy to polling, from scandal to psychodrama. Listen to Gone by Lunchtime, brought to you by the Spin-Off Podcast Network, wherever good pods are sold.
Kia ora e te iwi, Te Aihe Butler here, podcast manager at The Spin-Off. If you enjoy listening to our podcasts, consider supporting our mahi by signing up to become a Spin-Off member at thespinoff.co.nz/donate. The Spin-Off Podcast Network.